Nangulu may be arrested for contempt of court. There are several court orders that is in contempt of. Several court orders says are contempt. Police orders is in contempt of police orders. Recently, he tried to stop the movement of Umukuka, whoever Masiga. His Highness Judy Mike, one the local government, which I warned him not to do because he does not enjoy, does not have that authority. Recently, I guess the Hukana meeting, itimu ya oga byalire, itimu ya mayatsa, itimu ya nana. Ngakana which meeting, mumateka under the Advocates Act Cap 295. Ngawaile ingile section 1, the interpretation section. Bahulo Melavari, a client, I hope media are capturing that. A client, Ngaogabiali, Musahulungo Gabiali, is an employer to a lawyer. A client is your employer, he employs you to work for him. Are you always who are marrying? Ngewori lawyer, Isuranga bossy or client or Yita or Yita. Uhalei na holiday meeting inare muka yegi hotelo rohuba gidagualo milari aruwa nisomu kukari naba wele hoteli murambishi wachibone so upirisa na umwami Eddy Nangulu abenga abe so cautious. We cannot have two parallel court systems, whereas the High Court in Mbali is hearing the matter Mzee Gabyalire versus the Attorney General and Umukuka Webichusu. Nangulu cannot manage another court, or cannot create another court which powers is not vested with. This hour and the Helebaluanga Aranga Masaba boss, Ari Munuhas, Aribuku Kababo, next Ari Munuhas. I have that letter, it is here on my phone. Ari Munuhas, Arimutse Muka Yegu Hotel, come in your hordes, come in hordes, come in large numbers. Chira police, Yamukwamu, Yamureme police, you don't have authority to summon all those people into the hotel. We have not cleared you. Nasi makede sime leadership ya RCC, leadership ya RCC Jojo Pua was head security. Isime ni Musa Alose, Mwasose Samuel Asimwe RPC. Isime ni Johnson wa Gabaru Jonosedi. Bara mbili kumulima kumula inali. Kubanga bamu guidance bari please uhageza ho walanga bandu munana. Muka yegi hotel nga walangire babandu ne baba bakali babandu besunalango namanyo mudoma onamanyo namta ne bandu baona ne mu kimibano wo holorien. You get the point. So the best that I can advise Counsel Eddy Nangulu is nga wabero ho brief sukana huwa ba client bo barange mu office o bandu babili bataruba ne barano basesa oba with brief or sheba shirini nature. But you cannot organize, invite literally the whole world, because when you say the whole of Bugisu, you are inviting the whole world. Do you have that capacity to enforce or restrain? So who can a lawbreaker, another a lawyer, we tell a lawbreaker, because a lawyer must at most maintain the confidentiality of his clients. I think awarangle baba and obosi ne wabarangle waba briefing waba information lukana baba and babirong to other camps. Aren't you undermining that those principles of integrity and confidentiality? Umupirisa abe cautious. Abenga aramba ama respecting courts of law. Ngawele ingile article 128 ye constitution ye Uganda. Iwa directive the courts of law is independent. It's rambiraho under guidance or directives of anybody. Nobody is structured to push court under I think article 128 clause 1 and 2. Mbaulo marukolord. So I think about musibali mukoti bali kumisango chawe. Mr. Nangulu should not organize a parallel legal team or a parallel trial, where he's also inviting the whole community, the whole of Masabaland for a trial in a Kaige hotel, public trial. Even when he was stopped from doing so, well, police in Bemwa and the head police don't hold that meeting. We be sawata, we be sambo, a neyo, Nebonakani, how TikTok, Baloya, Bang Pret Simba, way be celebrity as ignored police. Now, let me remind the council now. There's an order issued by the Mbale High Court, Order 040 of 225, that forbade anybody from talking about issues of Nzuya Masaba until that matter is disposed of. As I speak, that matter has not been disposed of. So Nangulu technically is in the contempt of the court order and should be arrested. Is in the contempt of police guidance and directives that a meeting should not take place. Because even when the police had directed so, he went ahead to ensure that he looks for an alternative venue to hold that meeting. To us, that is very unacceptable, and we challenge the Uganda Law Council or the Uganda Law Society to bring him to order. He needs to be ordered. He needs to be orderly. He's behaving in a very disorderly manner. Is he acting for NUP? Is he acting for NRM? Is he NUP? Is he NRM? Is he for Obama Saba? Is he for what? So ukana umwami Eddy Nangulu wa confusing Obama Saba. He must respect court positions. A matter that is before trial in court. Instead of representing your clients, you are busy moving around and mobilizing the Obama Saba for an uprising. To us, that tantamount to an uprising, because the matters of court must be treated in a confidential manner. So we are telling Honorable Eddy Nangulu that is in the contempt of several court orders that are in place forbidding discussions on Nzuya Masaba, undermining the court process, and we call on the Mbale resident judge, Dr. Farouk, to bring him to order, because it's also part of the court. He must be brought to order. Who can this kind of scandalous behaviors? Atari huwandi, nga police ya huwandi hileri, don't hold that meeting. Please accept the new writing back and giving alternative positions that will not hold. Which law has Nangulu done that people have not done? Which law has he done? How many qualifications does he have in law? Upirisa around the Kamagambira. Ngolonde yakamagambira londe yabu Masaba na bu Masaba abakaluchaza na custom teach teach ese ngabindu biri mu court yabiye court iliyo musahulu Yesu nembo na nari yilenga ku coin yes are say coin do I have a coin here really yes are babandari bare ne kusasula kimisoro walo marere nusi yeyi baba ari yilenga kunusi ari kumure ko nanu kuru bari bye kalisai bari bye nan bye kalisai ari yo kalisai bye kalisai. So but if matters are before court, if we have any matter before court, then ensure that you respect court positions. Iliyo sibaranga bari contempt of court, iliyo sibaranga bari the subjudice rule kole kelse court when ulangenga unawenga omulamuzi. In one of the cases in Tanzania, bawamba lawyer nga walomera omulamuzi ari my land friend, and you know when I was in university I was better than you, oyo bamuwamba. Yeah, he was arrested because you cannot equate yourself to a judge or to a magistrate. I have a degree sitaru ne what your magistrate to a diploma. You cannot say, you cannot call a magistrate my or my friend. No. It is not acceptable. Balamuzi hobayo lunana lukos lwawe musahulu ibulayi ibara Napoleon Bonaparte ati Moscow le Moscow amba kulebeka liye president we shara ari monami president wa Russia wa halala kabisa, because monami in French means my friend. What man, no, you address me as your excellency, not a friend. You get that? So kupirisa baloyanga umwami Eddy Nangulu abenga awa tikoti rukos. If a matter is being handled by court, please let court manage that. Do not call for alternative meetings. Uhasasi ubahukanise baruha hola ruhuba gidaguyo ahwele bakayigi hotel free of charge, and others you say we are calling on all of Masaba to come. That is very unacceptable. It is unacceptable conduct that we condemn in the strongest terms possible. Your message is in Ghana. Eddy Ama is a lawmaker, is a law enforcer. We have mateka hulini law breakers, hulini law makers, isn't it? Hulini law enforcers and compliers. those who comply, those who break the laws, those who are enforcing, and others like the judge and the prisoners. They are part of the legal system. So respect the position of the police. Kubango, you are stressing the police in the Erigon. You are trying to create a situation that there are chaos here, which cause we don't see. So nevertheless, as I conclude in this context, I expect ISIMA, leadership and security, RCC Wali Tababole Rumukuka is one, which I want to emphasize in Balumelano and the Wele Mutwe, Umukuka Mutwe, President Mutwe, in Gahulina, the Horoni wherever we did. But whatever the equivalent meaning is God. Whatever God, the equivalent meaning is Allah, is it? One. Umukuka is one. President is one. Unarera Kewozi will face the right of one. Bamasab. Atebana Homak. Let me also now go on media. This other kind of media, Nenganelo Mahomedia, but I'm managing Naselero na Museveni wa ilomea kolera has Naselero Nasena Ashusam. When you come for me, moreover, I'm doing my work as a spokesperson. I know how to go about it. You'll hear results. I must promise me. You'll hear. But Osama bin Laden, what is your next plan? You'll hear. So I want to tell you, those who are attacking us, you'll hear. Yes, we shall also petition here and there. Action will be what? Taken. Let me guide media. Ngokana over media, Orambe Hulai. Ramba ni Lukos. Respect Basho, media. Respect even the seniors. Even the seniors. Give them respect. You earn a lot when you are not a controversial person. You earn a lot when you speak respectfully. Na everybody ever made the baby samsanga dikura busaba bagaba dikura aliona numwana obero mulayinga weso weso is now like a goon. Weso is a goon in the media. This is like a goon completely, to the extent that even Daily Monitor said that this one is not fit to work with us. So let's ensure that go have the media chilo obona media yonekele sai you don't see the face of a writer. Somebody if he's writing in the Monitor an article, you don't see his face. Because he's different from the story. For him, he's merely relaying the what? The story. He's different from the story. So who pilisa baba and the media. Lutalo lwa iPad lwa rela tina. Foko supporting baba and the bakole chimino mabudan. And I also want to even tell you, I don't want to say anything wrong. This is my iPad, but it's of very poor quality. You get the point. So this iPad is going to say you hope say it's of very poor quality. I think I even don't see them moving in some of these iPads because they are not of first class what quality. I hope I'm accurate on that one. So never hurry Murambis. Mitsirambise Zibayet. Ngahwa don't wage war. We cannot be held at what ransom. Kopilisa na media. Nga ulihoni qualifications utsoso. Nga wasomile ulihoni diploma. Nga baenzo kamaulilo. You get it, you can throw in your application. Hulome bukuka buku supporting. Ne baba anabali kufora muku ufora mukwa tsa flexible jet. Ivalini decorum. I think they don't even understand what is meant by decorum. Ivalini decorum. Bakwa humundu ba homanga ne bakola barien bakane bakana bahoma bubude bubwene bwabarusa. They are unrestrained. So media is flooded by goons kabisa. I don't want to hide, because if you're a good person, we shall say this is a good person. If you're a goon, we shall say you're a goon. And you, a media person, you cannot bring down a cultural institution. But you are a chunk of rubbish. Iliyoshi gambo mulo, not law, muna authorship. Iliyoshi varanga very plagiarism. Now, plagiarism is where one story yeyo where wabukuraho information yo kundo wachiramo you don't acknowledge. Yes. Is that it so? Nebalyo nga watire ku media who they do copy and paste. Warusa ku story na wa paste nga busa ro kale bohe wachirusa. It's not writing anything. Not yabe kazire. Nobody can intimidate a cultural institution. I must put that on record. Any fight against Bukuka is a losing battle. You are fighting a losing battle because you have no capacity to fight a cultural institution. Nga never romelendi focus my president here with Museveni. Nga hotya mu kumubona mu Mbale resort. Rather his office Mbale State Lodge. Nga hola hori president wenyoha nga asima muna umuku. Are your highness? Walo melela rikaninyo. President said nga hola hori Mukuka was leading the delegation, which had the PM. I've used this example constantly. PM, Umoloso Mukuka. Then myself, wherefore? We are supposed to have been 5 with the permanent secretary minister of lands, Dokas Okalanya. 5, but we went to 4. Then the whole president we had when you hunga child, your highness, you are welcome. How did I? Wherever is Umukukaba, the president Ali Wamun that's so far. Annual your highness the Umukuka Ubugisu. That's what the president does. Even in Kororo, nga wono Mukuka, your highness the Umukuka Ubugisu. Bao unyara ngoma na media who can who WhatsApp, who has no intellectual influence in any community. No intellectual influence in any community. You think rubbish that you write on Bukuka can bring Bukuka down. I'm telling you, you are fighting a losing battle. Any attempt to fight a cultural institution is a losing battle. I must have put it on record. One, you are killing your own career. Because if we wrote to any media house and says we are uncomfortable with the journalist A, you will not report. There are many guys on standby, isn't it? They say, oh, we want to give you somebody that we feel comfortable working with. So any fight against Bukuka, it is inimical to your career. It kills your own what? Your own career. Why don't you talk to IU? Because we have that capacity. Why don't you talk to the Islamic University to do a training for us? Where you are media, isn't it so? To train, to equip us with skills, with knowledge for 2, 3 or 1 month. I also say when a certificate. And we can do that. Umuko can do that. Oh, Makerere University, Chancellor, Vice Chancellor Makerere. Our media boys here are covering in public space. Why can't you help to train? Minister of Gender, Umuna Mainga Honorable Among. One more, our media Umukuka would write and say, oh, our Prime Minister. Over myself, I say, the Umukuka writes, then me, I can identify the media. Say, this is the team we work with. We want them to be equipped with skills. We can work on that.